Hello everyone, my name is Zen, and welcome to our Long Dark Interloper series. If this is your first time visiting the channel, welcome. I'll give you a little recap so you know what's going on and where we're at. We have started this run about 4 episodes ago, and we have started inside of Pleasant Valley, made our way to Ash Canyon to get a technical backpack. We achieved it. We are now inside of the coastal highway after traveling back through Timberwolf Mountain in Pleasant Valley. And today we are looking for a heavy hammer. If we find it in coastal, we'll probably head to the Riken inside of Desolation Point. If we don't find the heavy hammer where I think we're looking for it, where I think it might spawn, we might head to Mystery Lake instead, because I know there's a possible hammer location there. This is just going off the game knowledge I already know. So, the world's getting colder. We don't have much time to get warmer gear, and we have to use our time wisely, so let's get into it. Looking forward to recording today. Okay, we're carrying a bit of a scent on us because we have a gut, and I don't really want to carry it around with us right now, I'm not gonna lie, but we don't really have a crafting location spot right now to really use for making any bows or fishing lines. I want to drop the gut off somewhere that it's easy to pick up later. Again, I could leave it here, but I doubt we're going to be using this transition to go back to Pleasant Valley anytime soon. We're likely going to be going through the ravine and along the highway. So what we'll aim to do is try to take this gut to the gas station or one of the fishing huts nearby the exit of Coastal. So that is our plan for today. We are low on food. We need to get some food today. We're cold too. We're warming up, but it seems like it's pretty chilly outside right now, so we're going to take this opportunity to do a little reading. Doing okay on water. Might not be able to focus because we'll be too hungry. Oh, we have 14 pieces of cattail. I thought it was only 4. Regardless, we're going to need to get more water, so or more food. So, where are we right now? We just took map inside of Coastal. This is Pleasant Valley, so this is actually not where we're at. We're inside Coastal Highway. We are right here at this entrance to the abandoned mine. Typically, we leave to the ravine over on the northwest side here, and we're pretty high up here. We actually have to descend a mountain to get down to the ocean. And we're looking for the gas station, which I believe is about over here. I might be off a little bit, but I think the gas station's around here. But the heavy hammer location is somewhere over here, possible location for the heavy hammer. So we're going to head this way. If we find the hammer, we continue to Desolation Point. If we don't find the hammer here, we're going to probably make our way to the ravine, because inside of Mystery Lake, I know there is a possible hammer spawn near one of the cabins there, so that's what we'll be looking for. We don't have much time left. The world is getting cold pretty quickly here. What day are we on? We are on day 14, so we pretty much have 6 days to get our warmth in order, and if we don't, this might be a shorter run than expected. Okay, let's do a little reading, and we can warm up while we read here. We are going to finish this book. That's a level 2 carcass harvesting, which is a pretty good boon. Great, that's finished. We got the skill, level 2 carcass harvesting. It sounds like the wind has died down. Let's take a look at what do we get. 10% reduction in meat harvesting times. So it's not as good of a boon as I thought it would be. Maybe level 3 will be better. At any rate, we got something. And we've utilized that book, so that's good. I thought we picked up a fishing book earlier, but I think we burned it in a fire. Oh, no, we got the practical gunsmithing. Never mind. Well, we can burn both of these books now. This one's useless to us in Interloper. There's no guns in Interloper difficulty unless we do a modded version, and I've never done a modded version of runs. I'm kind of a vanilla game player. I rarely ever use mods unless there's a certain mod that just sounds so much fun to use. Okay. So, we have 1 cent on us. How many rocks? We got 2, we're good. Unfortunately, we don't have any torches though, and it's still pretty cold. Can we craft a torch before we get out of here? Because I don't want to burn the Timberwolf flare. Unless we absolutely have to. Yes, we can. Alright, we'll do that. Also have the ability to start night fire. This is just so we can protect ourselves against wolves or whether other wildlife might be out there. It's very foggy today. This morning. Actually, it's midday. About lunchtime. And we need to find ourselves a lunch. So, good news is, I roughly know where we're headed. We need to go southwest, which should be this direction. Now, I could totally miss the fishing huts, but at least once we're on the coast, I know where we need to go. Thankfully, we have enough firewood to start a fire. I just know that there is a number of bears in the area. I think there's like 3 bears in Coastal that you can come across. Now that I think about it, and I really don't want to come across a bear, especially in the fog. It's a lot easier because we have a scent on us, and we can't see very far. So chances of us running into an animal we don't want to run into are a little higher. But we do have some rabbits here, so that's good news. That is good news. Our friends are hopping along. Hello. Okay. Oh, a trailer. Okay, this is a good find. Let's go pop in here and see if we find some matches. If we do, that would be great. We don't really need them right now, but we'll never say no. Matches are great, and we might get a little food in here maybe if we're lucky. Okay, trailer. Let's see. What do we got in here? Some firewood. We'll leave the papers. Spend a little time in here warming up. Wouldn't be a bad idea. Okay, so far, nothing in the containers. This is looking like a very empty trailer. Metal container. Nothing inside of there. Or there. Okay, well, that's a bummer. Let's check under the beds. Nothing. Okay, wood to break down. Did we check this box? We did. Okay, well, we didn't get anything inside here, except a little bit of a warm place to just warm up for a minute or two. Okay, do we need to make anything else? We could make another torch, but I'd rather save the cloth. Can we get cloth in here, actually? Requires a hunting knife. Darn. Okay, no curtains on the windows, unfortunately. It would be nice to be able to get tinder from the calendar. Though it's probably like glossy paper when you think about it, so it probably wouldn't be very good tinder, but yeah. All right, let's have a look at our clothing. Everything so far seems to be in acceptable condition. These combat boots, we need to put away somewhere because we don't want to carry it with us. They're 2 kilograms of weight. But this could be very useful for if a day comes where we would like to hunt a cougar. So we got to put those away. Okay, the pants are getting to the point where we can almost fix them up. Don't need to just yet. Carrying a ton of firewood on us right now. We don't need to be carrying that much, but we could start a fire. Might not be a bad idea. We have 2 teas in the flask. How much food do we have? We have quite a bit of reishi mushroom. Could cook a little bit more rosehip tea. This would be good for traveling, so maybe we start a little fire here and grab some torches, because we could use the torches as well. Hopefully it doesn't take too long to get that going. Cattail head. Stick. Ooh, before we do that, let's light our torch, because we don't want to waste matches. This gives us more fire starting opportunities, so if we fail the first fire start, we don't keep wasting matches. You can just keep restarting it with the torch. Most of you guys probably already know that, but I'm reiterating that for people who just may not know. Okay. Let's get this fire going. Add fuel. We'll add the wood. We'll add some sticks. Do we need coal? No, but we'll add it. Keep us warm. Okay, put our torch out. And we're gonna do a little cooking. Oh no, I left it. Where did I leave the skillet? It must be in Pleasant Valley somewhere. Dang it. Okay, well, now we need to find ourselves another skillet. Great. Love to see that. Love to see that. Just fantastic. Oh, where did I leave the skillet? It must have been when I was cooking water somewhere in Pleasant Valley. Darn. It could be in Ash Canyon for all I know. Okay, prepared rosehip. Sure, we'll cook that. Bummer. Well, we'll have to pick up a can then. And we only have this. At least we have a cooking pot. I won't complain. Could be worse. And we have cooking level skill level 2, so if we do get flour and cooking oil, we can still cook bannock on the fire. You don't need the cooking skillet, just increases the time. Okay, we're gonna drink that right now. That'll prevent a little bit of starvation, but we're pretty looking pretty low on food anyway here. We'll eat a little bit of cattail. We should save the rest of it for sleeping. Okay. Pick up our cooking pot. How much water do we got? We got enough. Let's take 9 torches. Maybe even more. And we'll start making our way downtown. Down to the coast. The coastal fishing huts. Where perhaps there is a heavy hammer spawn beside the crafting bench. Well, there's a potential spawn there. It doesn't necessarily guarantee that the hammer will be there, but that is one place we can find one. And if we do find it there, then there's really good reason to go to the Riken to forage, because there's a potential hacksaw spawn inside the mine shaft shortcut between pretty much not quite the entrance to Desolation Point, but between like halfway through Desolation Point to Hibernera processing. Okay, how many torches did we get? We got 12. We could use a couple more. The sticks are useful. We can always turn them into sticks later. And we're still like, it's still daytime, so we should be fine. Okay, we got like 15 torches? Yeah, that's good. I like carrying a lot of torches with me. It feels like good, because like if you don't have to worry about starting, you can go longer between starting fires. It is quite a bit of extra weight, but it can sure come in handy if you have fire. You can save your butt from a bear even. But wolves most typically as well. Oh, great. The coast is just right here. Fantastic. Now, the question is, how close are the coastal fishing huts? And I'm not talking about the fishing ice hole fishing huts. I'm referring to the 3 little cottages. I would call them like cottages. 3 little cabins that are on the coast. And there's a ice fishing hole nearby. Ice fishing hole hut. I need to get a little bit more specific about what I'm talking about. Should call them, are they fishing huts? I think they're called, I think it's like a fishing camp. That's a better way to put it. Fishing camp. I hear crows. I don't remember that rock being there. Oh, wait a minute. Did we pass it? No, it's over here. Is it? Did I go too far? Maybe it's right there. I think we went a little too far. Hold on. Oh, there's food there, though. It could get gut. You know what? We're gonna start another fire. We're gonna potentially get some food. This might be a corpse, though. Also a hide and some gut, and we'll have a place to cure that. So it's kind of worth our time. I don't remember this rock being here. I do not recall this rock at all. This feels... Was there an update recently, or did I just like... Am I been completely oblivious to this rock being here? I've never seen this rock before. Oh, it's a corpse. Darn. I was hoping it'd be like a deer or something. Bummer. Okay, well. I feel like we gotta keep going this way. I'm not exactly sure where we are. Oh, wait. That is, Did we go too far, or are we not far enough? Okay, I see a fishing... I see, like, fishing huts out on the ice. The fishing camp should be just a little further. I think we're going the right way. Now, the best place to probably cure this would be at the gas station. This gut we're carrying on us, that scent. I would argue the gas station is a good place. There's a deer there. Good news. That means there's likely no predator nearby for now. Maybe we get lucky and get a good book in here. What do we got? So far, no book. Let's check the visors. Nothing. Oop, don't want to put that out. Nothing in the glove box. But we do have a pry bar now. We picked up that pry bar at the end of last episode. In case any of you were wondering where we get that. That was just outside the entrance of the mine into Coastal. So if we hadn't have popped out and taken map, we wouldn't have actually found it. We just have to turn around and be like, oh, look, a pry bar. So that's fantastic. You know, I do feel like a little guilty to hunt deer in this game. Kind of like on the same page as rabbits, because they don't really have a way to defend themselves. They're just like, you know, they're just vibing. And then like when it comes to like a predator that's gonna try to kill you, I would almost rather hunt the wolf, because the wolf would hunt me. Same with the bear. But like, I mean, bears can also just be like minding their own business too, you know? But, you know, they might just be like, ah, no, I'm gonna hunt you. I would almost rather eat cougar and wolf meat, because I know they're predators, and they'll come after me, rather than eat the elk, because the elk just doesn't have a... The elk just doesn't have a way to defend itself, you know? It doesn't have toothy jaws. Same with rabbits. Their only survival mechanism is just to reproduce and make more of themselves. Which is a little sad. Okay, we got to the fishing huts. Or the fishing camp, I should say. I don't particularly mind eating a deer that is already a carcass. You know, like a wolf got to it. That's the one thing that doesn't feel super realistic in this game. I gotta say, is finding a carcass that's been like ravaged, but like there's still some meat on it. Because I would think in the wild, if you were to find a carcass, it would probably be pretty picked clean, because what animal is just gonna leave that behind? I would think that at least on like Interloper difficulty, ooh, a recycled can, that's gonna come in handy. On Interloper difficulty, you wouldn't see ravaged carcasses. You would have to do the whole hunting thing yourself. Or if you did see a ravaged carcass, like you wouldn't be able to actually get anything from it, because it would just be so torn up. Maybe you could be able to get some cured leather, like some leather scraps or something like that. That would, to me, that would make more sense. I'm not advocating the devs have to change anything. That's just my opinion. But, yeah. I would think there would be anything there. I would think, like, if a bear saw, like, a deer, it would just eat the whole deer. Same with the wolf. Be like, nah, this food doesn't come by that often. I'm eating all of this right now. I'm not gonna leave a little meat behind for some wandering traveler so he can have his, you know, his lunchtime snack. No, this deer is mine. I'm eating all of it right now. Okay, we made it to the fishing camp. Oh, this is called the fishing camp. Okay. So there is a potential heavy hammer spawn right here. And yes, we left our heavy hammer, the actual one we found back in Timberwolf Mountain. So we might have to get lucky here and find this. Hopefully it's a hammer. If not, we'll be going to Mystery Lake to look for a hammer. And it looks like there is no hammer here, which is unfortunate. So that decides it then. We are going to Mystery Lake. Before we do that, though, we're going to pop inside this little camp, take a look about, and then head towards the ravine. Good news is, there is plenty of cattail stock along the creek to get us to the ravine. Only problem is, we're kind of leaving behind some, you know, potential exploration inside of Coastal, which we could find some stuff, you know? Like, we could probably find some good stuff in here if we want to look through all the buildings in Coastal. No guarantee, but you never know. You never know what you'll find. But we'll leave it till another day when we want to come out to Desolation Point. If we want to come out to Desolation Point. Because we spent a lot of time out here in these episodes of The Long Dark that we have made. We spent a lot of time inside of Coastal, Desolation Point region. But there's nothing wrong with that. I would just like to see more of the map. I'm sure you guys would like some fresh scenery as well. Okay, we'll do a little bit of cattail. We're going to save the rest. We're going to starve and save the rest for sleeping, so we don't lose condition while sleeping, and we can restore condition while sleeping. We're going to poke around these camp offices, and hopefully we have enough time to make it back up north. Ooh, now this is a good find. Worn wool toque. This is one of the best items for in the game, I believe, for warmths. I'm going to wear that right now, and we're going to repair that. But before we repair that, we want to make sure we just poke around here first. Swap our torch out so we don't lose fire. Could grab a few more cloth. Ooh, accelerant. Okay. Swap this guy out. We'll repair it in the next hut. Do we want more cloth? 10 minutes, sure, we'll grab it. We might actually want to sleep here before we keep going. Might be a better idea, because the next shelter is a ways away. I've got some firewood here for a fire outside. Though we can't actually break it down because we don't have a hatchet, so never mind. Okay, what do we got in here? Cloth, nice. Okay, well we should be able to do some repairs. And a book for burning. It's good. Ooh, a candy bar. Great. Ooh, and beef jerky. Okay, that was a huge win. Huge. Okay, anything under the bed? Not really. This box. Did we get lucky? We did not get lucky. Okay, so we'll probably let the fire go out here. How many matches do we have? Oh, we only have 20 left. Okay, bummer. Running low on matches. We need to find another match. I don't know what it is, but I just can't get over like this giant animal staring at me. Like hunting trophies have never made sense to me. I just find them very like unsettling. I don't think I would put that in my house. I mean, I get the idea behind it, but still. Okay. No judgment. That's just me. Okay. We're gonna move this pillow. Oh, no, we can't move the pillow. Never mind. We're gonna leave the torch. We're gonna let the torch go out. We're gonna sleep here for the night. In the meantime, what can we do? We can fix up this toque. That's about it. We can fix up the toque. We have enough calories to sleep. Great. 100%. 2 degrees of warmth. Look at that. That's great. So we're actually getting some pretty good clothes just from like slowly moving through the map. Like we still need some like either deer hide pants or, you know, gut or something. I think we'll be able to take the gut through to Mystery Lake. The only potential danger here is when we decide to go on the creek past the bear, because the bear might smell us and that would be bad. So and it's pretty common to run into the bear there if we're going up the creek collecting cattail. So carrying that gut on us could be a poor decision. We could leave it here, let it cure, but we also need it. It's important. We want to take it with us, ideally, if we can. We're kind of over encumbered here. Actually, let's just refuel the lantern. Get rid of a little, well, I don't know if that really gets rid of any weight, but transfers the weight into the fuel in there. Okay, we got ourselves a whetstone, some tea. What should we do here? Okay, we should eat this candy bar. Oh, we should probably eat the moldy beef jerky right now before it gets any worse condition. Okay, and we'll eat the candy bar. We'll save the candy bar before we go to bed. We've got enough water. I am bummed about that cooking skillet. I always forget stuff behind. It's just entropy. Dang it. Okay. Well, combat boots. We should probably leave these behind. We really don't need to be carrying these around everywhere with us. Do we want to leave them here? I guess we could. This isn't a worse place to leave them. Could obviously be better places. What we could do is we could just take this metal box, put it on the this table here. Move this chair here. And just put the combat boots in this metal box. Like, we could take these to Mystery Lake, but it's just 2 kilograms of weight that we just honestly don't need to be bringing around with us. We should also alternatively make some more bandages because we only have 4, so let's craft a little bit of those. Prepare ourselves for the journey ahead. I think we did pick up a hook earlier. So we could just drop this gut and let it partially cure while we sleep here. I mean, that makes some progress, right? Might as well use that time wisely. I can't pick up the pillow for some reason, which is a little strange. Thought I'd be able to pick it up. But we'll drop this gut here for now. Let these cure while we sleep. We'll have to pick them up. They'll be only partially cured. That makes progress, so we're not wasting time. We're trying not to waste time. Probably still wasting time anyway. Not intentionally, at least. Okay, yeah, we did get a hook. If we can get a line, that'd be great. The arrowheads are nice. We'll have to craft less of those. Okay, so I don't think there's much we could do for crafting here. I don't know if there's much we really want to do. Is there anything else we need to repair? Socks, good. Everything's pretty good here. Nothing's looking like it's in terrible condition. Actually, pretty solid. All right, all we really need to do is sleep. Day 14. Ah, man, we're running out of time. Okay, carcass harvesting. We're almost at level 3. Cooking. 15% calories from any cooked food item. Good to know. We should definitely start cooking more food. No calorie loss when smashing up in cans. Fantastic. Cooking times reduced by 10%. That's okay. Okay, this is the big one. We're almost at level 3. Once we're at level 3, we can drop the tinder. Actually, speaking of tinder, how are we doing on tinder? We have 6 pieces. We could use a little tinder. Can we get tinder from in here? I think I saw some newspapers. Yes, I did. Okay, let's get some tinder. Where are you? Okay, actions. Harvest. Well, we're going to be picking up cattail anyway in the morning, so I didn't really need to worry. I didn't really need to grab this. This is kind of a waste, but we have it. Yeah, we don't need any more. We'll be getting cattail. What else we got here? I think we're pretty much good to go. I think we're good to go. Bummed about that skillet, though. Can't get over it. Oh, we got 3 accelerants? We don't need this much. We don't need this much. We'll put a little bit in here. We'll keep 1. I only ever care to keep 1 in case of a timber wolf attack. That's the only reason that I can see for keeping accelerant on us, or like we were in a very dire situation with cold and we really need to start the fire. Otherwise, I find it like a very like situational item that you don't always find yourself in a situation. Ari did mention that you can use an emergency stim to climb a rope. Like, it'll give you a lot of energy to climb the rope if you're like really low. So I didn't know that before, so now we know. Also, I wanted to say thank you to everybody who's been giving tips and comments in the comment section. It's difficult for me to always remember everyone's names because I'm still getting familiar with some people who start commenting more regularly, and then I start remembering their names. Yeah, let's go camping. Thanks for the tip about Angler's Den. I think there's an easier route to get to the gold mine, and we took the hard route. From what I remember, that gold mine was actually. When I remember taking it, I got lost in Ash Canyon once, and I remember it being really hard to actually get that way, but I'm just not super familiar with the area. But once I'm more familiar, yeah, I'll definitely want to learn that route. It'll be useful. Thank you. Okay, so it's nighttime, almost nighttime. We're going to eat our food, we're going to sleep, and then we're going to go set out in the morning and get cattail. I don't know, maybe we should try to unload. Before we do that, let's see, is there anything else we can unload that we do not need? We can put like 1 piece of charcoal in here, because we're not going to use, probably not going to use that much charcoal. Actually, you know what? Before we leave, why don't we just map right now? Because it'll just give us some detailed information about the area. Fishing camp, there we go. In relation to where the abandoned mine is. Not super useful, but you know, okay, it's a start. We know the area roughly already, so we don't need to worry about it too much. Let's see what we can drop in here. We have tons of wood. We can leave a little wood behind. Let's go with weight first. What is the most weight? We are carrying 12 kilograms of sticks. Holy cow. That's a lot of sticks. Okay, and a kilogram of cloth. All right. The practical gunsmithing book we can just burn right away, so I don't know. It feels like all this stuff is worth keeping. We'll just burn the books in the next campfire. I think we're doing okay. We'll take that charcoal. Okay, let's get to sleeping. First, let's get to eating, and then we'll get to sleeping. We're gonna sleep for 10 hours. Do we need 10 hours? Yeah, the rest would be nice. The rest would be nice. We might end up just going straight into the ravine if we can, because we can sleep in the cave there. We have a bedroll, and we have plenty of firewood. We might just skip the trailer, just to save on time, because while there is a little burdock root there, there's a little food. Time is precious right now, because we need to make sure we're going to stay warm, and we need to be able to forge soon, so yeah. Probably going to go straight to the ravine. Okay. We're going to sleep. We want to sleep 10 hours, 8 hours. Honestly, we could just go with 8 and just set off in the early morning. It'll be dark and cold, but we should be okay because we got some torches and plenty of firewood. So we're just going to get 8 hours of sleep instead, and we'll sleep in the cave on the way through to Mystery Lake. Use those 2 hours wisely as travel hours. Okay. Drink some water. Check the time. It is still pretty dark out. We've restored some condition, but we're pretty close to starvation. We need to head to Mystery Lake. Okay, before we leave, let's make sure that we pack up our fresh deer hide, 10% cured, and our fresh gut, carrying that scent on us again. But we hopefully should be able to bypass the bear. Now, unfortunately, we're heading in there in the dark, so probably not the best time to go because there is a potential bear we could run into, and hopefully that doesn't happen. As long as the weather remains weatherable, we should be okay. A little breezy, but should be fine. Now, it wouldn't be a bad idea for us to actually start a campfire right away and just heat up some tea, maybe like right here, because this is the cover of the wind. Let's do that. Torch, cattail head, use tinder instead. Look, yeah, get that going. Just get a couple cups of tea ready to go, since we're traveling during the cold here. So we don't have to worry. Because you never know, the next campfire can always be a little far away. Trying to find cover from wind. Be a little tricky sometimes. Okay, we're gonna add a couple sticks. Add a piece of coal. Show up with some heat. Great. We're gonna place our cooking pot. And we're gonna cook. So I'm prepared with some tea. And here, we're going to cook. We'll cook a little water. Okay, I'm going to put this torch up. We're going to take our flask out, or wherever our flask is. Here we go. Transfer this rose up tea out of here. And we're going to drop that on the ground. We're going to move this closer to the fire so it can warm up. It's pretty windy out. We might just have our torch blown out while we travel, which would be unfortunate. But at least we'll have tea to keep us warm for a while. Okay, let's put this in the flask. How's this looking? Almost done. I didn't mean to drink that just now. But we got the warm up on us. Okay, great. Cool. Interesting. You just sip on the tea to warm up. I wonder how long, if it makes a difference of how long it lasts. I didn't even think about that before. Okay. Prepared birch bark. Good to use for if we lose our condition. We're going to melt a little water, because how much water do we have on us? Oh, 1.5 liters. We could use it. Okay. Potable water. Let's take that. We'll pick up our can. Potable water. Pick up our cooking pot. Make sure we take our cooking pot with us. I don't want to leave that behind too. Okay. Do we need to cook anything else? Actually, I think we're good. Everything's in the flask. We should be fine. We should be fine. How many torches? We got 12. Let's take another 3. And hope that the weather stays weatherable. We'll weather the weather. We'll weather the weather, whatever the weather, whether we like it or not. Shout out if you know that reference. Alright. Okay. I hear a wolf up ahead. So, is there a fishing hut on the way there? Yes and no. There's that one. It's kind of far out. Oops. We're getting our feet stuck in the path here. I would say that we could just start crossing right here. This actually goes past the creek a bit, and we're bypassing the potential food if we go this way. So if we stay closer to the wall, we kind of have a defense against the bear in a way, because if we just I think there's a hut up there we can get into. I want to kind of go past it, though, and go to the creek. Yeah, with that scent on us, there's a high probability we'll come across the bear. I don't even, like, I want to knock on wood here, but I have a... Like, we might get lucky, and we might not come across the bear, but it's, we've walked this way quite a few times, and of those quite a few times we've walked past the bear, I think we've encountered the bear, like, I would say, at least 1 out of 3, maybe 1, no, like, it's like a 50-50 chance. That seems like, it's like a 50-50 if we'll come across the bear or not, so hopefully we win the coin flip this time. We might have to just drop that gut, like, the second he shows up. Or the second we get word that there's a bear nearby. Because, I don't want to make that bear come at us. Okay, so. Is the creek here? This doesn't look like the creek. I think we gotta keep going. Oh no, this is the creek. Yeah. I think this is it here. Is it? Isn't it? Isn't this a creek? Yes, it is. Okay. We're at the creek. Getting cold again, so let's drink some tea from our flask. Transfer this out. And drink that. Keep our warmth bonus going. Okay, so the reason why we want to come back over here is to grab a little cattail, so we have some food while we transfer into Mystery Lake, and I see burdock root. Okay, this is a big win. This is slightly better than cattail. Well, no, it's not. It's got more calories than cattail, but the downside is that you have to, it takes longer to harvest it, and it also takes a while to craft it into prepared burdock root that you can eat. So I would still argue that cattail is the superior food. Though I think in real life, cattail actually has quite a bit of preparation behind it, because you've got to get rid of a large portion of the stalk to be able to eat like pretty much like with a tiny little noodle at the bottom near the root. I watched a preparation video once. I was like, oh, that's really cool. It's like an udon noodle. I swear, like 9 times out of 10, when I'm talking about the long dark, I'm talking about cattail. I'll like talk to my friends. I'm like, hey, did you guys know that you can eat cattail? And they're like, yeah, you told us already. I'm like, oh, okay, all right. Forgot, sorry. I thought I hadn't told you yet. I still haven't tried it. One of these days, I'm gonna try it. I just need to make sure I find like cattail that is, like, you know, like from fresh water. You don't want to eat just some like, you know, sketchy like pond runoff cattail from, you know, whatever water pool there is. It wouldn't be good. Okay, we're in bear territory, so we got to keep our wits about us here. We have a scent on us, so we want to be very careful. We might want to use that accelerant if there is a bear, actually, in case we need to start a fire immediately. I don't want to talk too much so I can hear. You hear sniffing. Okay, we're getting a little interesting music. As long as we don't hear a roar. Knock on wood, knock on wood. We all want to hear that. Okay. Yeah, the risk is this creek has food, but you could also become the food. So, we don't want that to happen. Okay, here's the danger zone. So far, so good. It's a pretty night outside. We're gonna pass on the picnic site. You can find stuff in there. There's tons of birch saplings there. I would grab those if we could get them. We don't have a hacksaw or hacks. Yeah, that's something we really need too. We can't even cure saplings or anything like that until we get an axe. Okay, we're gonna drink another cup of tea here. This is really close to the bear's cave, I believe. So we don't want to stay here long. Be quick. Transfer tea out. I think I might have hurt the bear. Stay on the move. I hear a wolf. Okay, so far so good. See a piece of coal. Oh, okay, he spooked me. Okay. Yeah, it's that scent we got on us. Yeah, I think we can get up here. I want to be able to drop and swap the torch out. I want to be a little bit farther away from the bear area. Wolf is going to close in soon. Yeah, so this is... there's a little bit of protection here from the wind, so the torch shouldn't go out. I'm gonna grab another torch here. Oh boy, can please light fast enough. Please light fast enough. Okay, now we drop that. Where's this dog? Here he is. Okay, oh my god, I thought he was gonna attack me for a second. Jeez, okay, he's running the same way we gotta go, so he's gonna come back, I'm sure. Okay, those are dog tracks, not bear tracks. Okay, that freaked me out for a second. Alright. Now there is a fishing hut nearby here. Not a fishing hut, sorry. A hunter's cabin. We could go to the hunter's cabin, or we could try to just push through and get to the cave inside the ravine. Oh shit! Where? Where? Holy cow, that was fast. Oh man, we got lucky. We got lucky. Okay, we got really lucky. We were paying attention there. We're gonna go to the cabin and warm up, and then keep going. Cabin, warm up, keep going. We're not that far away from it. This is the picnic site. The bear can be around here as well. I think he has a pretty large roaming territory. And well, we could poke around in here and maybe see something in a backpack. Maybe we got so much food from Cattail. I don't want to get greedy. I just want to keep going. Some more coal. That's nice. Always a welcome sight. Now, I'm pretty sure the cabin is just around the corner. It's kind of hard to find this cabin for some reason. I always almost miss it every time I go in this area. You can see the park, the little picnic site from the cabin, but I always go the long way to get to it. I think this is a short way over here. Oh! This wolf is stressing me out. I don't like this. Okay, drop the torch. Where are you at? Where are you at? Okay, I think I spooked him. There's two. Don't like that. Okay, wind's picking up. He's back already? Okay, where's the cabin? It should be up here. They're both back. Shit. Hacky mushrooms. can't see them. I don't know where they're coming from. I don't want the wind to blow up the torch. Okay, he just got a rabbit. Poor rabbit. Okay, where's the... Oh, hello. 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 Where's the cabin? There it is. Just want to get inside. We're so close. I don't want the torch to go out. Yeah, he's guarding us. Oh, they both took out a rabbit. They both took out a rabbit. Okay, we're almost at the door, almost at the door, almost at the door. Get inside. Okay, we're inside. Swap this out. Jeepers. Yeah, at least we're warming up. Stress. Okay. It's almost dawn. We could, like, sleep here. We don't need to sleep here, but stay here for a little while and, warm ourselves up. Wait for those 2 wolves to leave. This is what happens when you take a scent on you. Okay. Anything in here? Oh, I got nothing stuff. The bandage. Yeah, we could leave it. Well, it's a little extra weight. So yeah, we'll take it. Okay, we'll take it. We can leave it behind somewhere else. Okay, anything under here? No. Alright, not much in here, but there is some cloth from the curtains we could grab if we want to. Don't need it right now. Thankfully, we didn't have any problematic encounters with those wolves. We got lucky. We got lucky. Okay, so we could warm up in the bed here, eat a little food. How much cattail will we get? Did we get like 40 cattail? No way. Oh, we got like 30 cattail. Oh, we just got food poisoning? No. No. Oh, no. Okay, we can cook rishi tea, but we need to cook it before we get outside. Ah, that's so bad. Okay. Well, at least this is where we got food poisoning. It was from like a 36% chocolate bar. You gotta be kidding me. Okay, that's bad. All right, so we need to go outside. We're gonna have to start a fire. And those 2 wolves are out there. I don't want to pass time. I could pass time then go out, but we need to drink this tea. This is imperative. Start fire. Torch. Cattail head. Do we have a book? Do we have a book? Yeah, we do. Start fire. Yes. Come on, fire. Jeez. Well, at least we have rishi tea. The food poisoning was not as bad as I thought it would be, but we're gonna have to sleep here for the whole day, unfortunately. I'm gonna cook rishi tea here. We're gonna make sure we add some sticks for this fire. And a piece of coal. So we stay warm. Okay, we're gonna cook a little bit more rishi tea. Okay, that should cure our food poisoning. Okay, pick that up. How are we doing that? Yeah, we treated it. Now we just need to sleep for 10 hours. Bummer. Okay. Pick that up. There's some rose hips here we're gonna grab. These guys are pretty close. I don't want to deal with them. Okay. We don't really need to be out here any longer than we already are. This wolf's coming over to check things out. You just ate a rabbit. Aren't you full? Okay. Don't want to deal with them. You're a stalking, creepy wolf. Get out of here. Alright. I think we're okay. Yeah, alright, let's get back inside. So we're going to be sleeping through the day, unfortunately, because we need to get rid of this food poisoning. Thankfully, we do have enough calories that we should be able to do that, and enough water, and we'll be fine. And we should have a little bit of daylight to get into the ravine, so we'll be okay. Things could be worse. Things could be worse. It just delays us a little bit. That's this time we could have spent getting through the ravine instead. So bummer. Oh wait, I gotta make sure that we got our cooking pot. Did we grab our cooking pot? Did we grab? Yeah, we did. Okay, great. All right, let's sleep. 10 hours, 750 calories. Yeah, get rid of this food poisoning. Okay. We're okay. Low on water. But we are fine. We healed our food poisoning. It is sunset. Slept all day. Away, unfortunately. We should use could start a fire, just start torch chaining. How many matches do we got here? Well, before we check, let's craft these torches into sticks. Having this technical backpack completely changes the game. Like, it's insane just how useful it is. Being able to carry another 5 pounds of weight in this game is insanely awesome. Like, holy cow. I love the technical backpack. Okay, campfire's burned out. We're going to light our match or strike our torch here. We don't need to map here. We know where we are. We grab this or rabbit. That is gut. I know it's gut, but we have a pact with the rabbits, so we don't do that. They provide us with good luck, and we don't kill them. It's a mutual exchange of agreement. Okay, I'm gonna try to avoid this wolf. Hopefully it doesn't come closer. I'm gonna pass on that cattail. I mean, obviously we can scare him away, but there's like 2 nearby, and dealing with 2 is a lot more stressful than just dealing with 1. So we're just gonna move along here. Now we'll go try to get a bit more cattail. This is steep. Thanks. Okay, now we'll work on the cattail. Make our way to the ravine. Start making our way to Mystery Lake. Ideally, the Carter hydroelectric dam. I don't know if it's a hydroelectric dam. It's a hydro dam. I'm just gonna assume that the Carter hydro dam is a hydroelectric dam, because why else would you have a dam? Like why wouldn't you use? Where's the dog? Why wouldn't you, take the opportunity to get some electricity from a dam? That would just be, if you're gonna bother damming something up, like, generate some electricity. Okay. Alright, you're back already? Yeah, having a scent on you definitely makes them re-aggro way faster. Hopefully you run the opposite direction and get far enough away from you this time. Oh, there's cattail here though. Okay, there's crows nearby. Is it a carcass? That's a bear. Oh, shitballs. That's a bear. And he's coming towards us. Okay, we're passing on this cattail. Ain't no way. Ain't no way we go in that direction. Ain't no way. Ain't no way. Okay. Oh boy. All right. So good news is we can just start going into the ravine here. I'm gonna pass on the trailer. I'm sure there's some good stuff there. Maybe even some cattail over here, but we have enough to travel through the ravine to get to Mystery Lake. We don't need to get greedy, especially when there is a bear nearby. I don't want to get eaten. I don't want to become Yogi Bear's picnic basket. Let's get up here. Okay. Ugh. Well, saying goodbye to Coastal once again. Can we get up this slope? Here we go. Okay, well, I guess we can't get up the slope without a little bit of sprained ankle pain. Wonderful. Just jolly day. Jolly day. Let's bandage that up. Where are we at? Here we go. Wait, nope. Here. I guess that extra bandage did come in handy. We could use painkillers, but we don't really need to. Better to use painkillers for, like, when we have a serious injury. Like, getting mauled half to death or something like that, but hopefully that never happens. Oh, when you walk on the train tracks, it makes a different sound. That's cool. Man, the attention to detail in this game is just on another level. Like, I was thinking about this, even just like with the tea, putting tea in a flask. Like, if you have hot tea in your flask, and you put a cup of cold tea in your flask, it, like, reduces some of the heat in the flask, but it still makes that tea hot, which is what would kind of happen in real life. I'm like, man, you know, like, that's some attention to detail in this game that is just pretty cool. I love that the developers, like, really thought about these little things. Like, it's just this game is, like, I mean, maybe it's because this game has been out for, like, over 10 plus years, right? Like, it came out in 2014, I think. What are we, in 2026 right now? It's almost, like, 13 years this game has been out. And, yeah, obviously, the devs have had time to put a lot of polish into the game. But just the fact that they did, you know? When no one... Like there's just little things they worked on and added to that maybe some people never thought of. Or... you know, they didn't need to add, but they did anyway. I love that. There's not a whole lot of games that are like, have been immaculately polished, like, over and over and over again. There's a few. Just not a lot. Lot of gaming. I mean, there's still some really, really great games that are still coming out today. Like, really fantastic ones. But there's still quite a few games that I'll find that I see that are just like, okay, this just feels like the devs they just wanted to make a buck from the people buying it, you know? There's so many games I've purchased and I'll play once, play for like 10 hours with a friend or something like that, you know, those friend slot games. And then after that, like, I never touch the game ever again. And those, I try to avoid buying those now because I just know that I'm like, okay, what's the, like, the lifetime of this game? Like, what's the replayability value? Because it's your hard-earned dollars, and then, like, once you spend it, it's like, it's gone. Ain't no refund coming your way if you spent more than 2 hours playing it on Steam. Though I did hear someone got refunded for Battlefield 6 because they took out one of the game modes. I think it was Rush. That was another mistake. I got swindled into BF6. I did. It happened to me with 2042? I can't remember. 2142. There was a Battlefield game that came out just before 6, and me and my buddies were very excited for this game, and we were, like, so excited, and we bought it, and I made the mistake of pre-ordering that game. Played it on, like, launch day, and the bugs were just horrendous. Like, it was literally... I mean, I know people say, like, literally unplayable, and they use that, like, that term often when it doesn't really need to be used. But no, really, like, it was actually unplayable. Like, the game would just crash, it would bug out. You couldn't even, like, finish a match without, like, the game just... like, completely crapping the bed. And I was very burned about that. I was just like, man, I'm never pre-ordering another game ever. And I did not pre-order Battlefield 6. I didn't. I stuck with that. I didn't pre-order anything. And I was like, okay, no pre-orders for me. Never again. I got burned really hard. But BF6 did come out, and then people were saying, okay, the bugs are not that bad. It's good game, all that jazz. It is playable. So I'm like, okay, I bought it, and it was playable. I got 100 hours out of that game. But as you start playing it, you start realizing that, like, this isn't what I thought I was buying. And that was a bummer. So I got swindled a second time. I still got my money's worth. I mean, you know, for a brand new game, $100 or 100 hours of $100 game pretty much, and 100 hours of game playtime, so not too bad. But I got upset they added the battle pass, and I was like, I spent what, $180 on this game, and they're adding a battle pass. They want me to spend more money, and they're not even adding more content. Forget this. I'm out. So I uninstalled the game. I have not played it since. Won't touch it. And I don't know if I'll ever buy another Battlefield game after this. Yeah, I think I'm not too happy about that. But you know, I like to focus on the positives anyway. So you know, I like playing these little indie games where I know you just look at the reviews and just pay attention to what people are saying about it, and has like overwhelmingly positive reviews on Steam. That's a good indicator. Doesn't mean the game's going to be amazing. It can be. You might really enjoy it, but might not. But it's usually a good indicator that it's going to be a good title. Not a guarantee, for sure. Not a guarantee, but it can be. And you know, I'm not one to try to complain about video games. I think I know there's a lot of hard work that goes into creating these games. And I'm not a big fan of just, like, you know, producing more negativity. I like to have a positive outlook on stuff. So I usually just, when the negative ones come around, I just try to, you know, put it out of mind and just ignore it and move on to the stuff that is a good experience. And man, Long Dark, definitely blown away by the quality of this game. I know I've said that so many times, but yeah, I can't get over it. It's great. Okay, so sometimes we get lucky and there's a carcass here. And if there is, this would be a great carcass to harvest. I suppose we'll see. I think we gotta go down here. Is there a carcass? Nope, not today. Fortunately. Oh, wait, I think there is. I think I see a carcass. Okay, game changer. Well, in that case, we can get a little bit more gut. Get this gut and a hide to the Cardo Hydro Dam where we can let it cure. Because there is a crafting bench in there. I can just get on top of this train car. What's the best way to get up here? Is it right here? How do I always find getting up there really difficult. Okay. Yeah, I do see a deer. This is good news. We'll start a fire here, and it is nighttime, but we're gonna have a double scent. But good thing about the ravine is that it's a fantastic place to either hunt for deer and or just get hides and gut without having to deal with predators, which is a massive boon. Okay, we'll grab this rose sips first. Start ourselves a fire. Hopefully the weather stays favorable. The cave is a little farther away, but we should be able to do this, even if it does start blizzarding, and hopefully it does not. Start this fire with a book. There's some games that have no redemption arcs too. They launch poorly, and then they claw back from the grave. I'd say No Man's Sky did that. They did a pretty good job of rectifying that, though I haven't played too much of No Man's Sky. Not a whole lot. I played a little bit. I wouldn't mind having a playthrough of No Man's Sky on this channel. That might be kind of fun. We'll see. Maybe one of these days. I'm having a lot of fun with the Long Dark though, so it might be a while. Yeah, we're gonna drink that. No, we're not gonna drink that. We're gonna see what's in the flask. That's for... I'm gonna put that hot tea in the flask, just in case it gets cold out. Beer is 80% frozen. We're gonna cook some water. We're gonna cook 2 liters of water. Add some sticks. Heat output, 38 degrees. This might de-thaw the deer a little faster. Let's take a look at our inventory. Can we prepare... Ooh, we can prepare burdock. 45 minutes. Let's not prepare all of that. Let's do the rose hips first, because we can stay a little warmer with that. We don't want to waste time. Try to use it as best we can. We gotta wait for 50% condition, or 50% de-thaw on the deer before we can start grabbing the hide and gut and meat. Thankfully, since we just slept for 10 hours, we got a ton of energy. We just gotta hope for good weather. And we got an Aurora event. Look at that. This should be fine in the ravine, though. I don't think an Aurora event in the ravine is dangerous. I think we're fine. It's just pretty. That is pretty. Okay. Add a little more water. Let's keep making prepared teas. We're ready for later. The deer should be thawed by now. It is mostly thawed. Eat a little cattail. Let's get to cooking. Okay, so what do we need first? Meat is always a priority because we want to stay not hungry. So we're going to harvest this first. And get this cooking on the fire. Great. Bottle of water. Pick that up. Okay. Non-bottled water. 24 minutes. Let's place some meat. Let's place the small meat first because it cooks right away. Eat that. We're going to make sure that we take off the animal fat. We don't want to be cooking, nobody eating that. Let's place the meat without the cooking pot. 51 minutes. How long does it take to get the hide? We'll get the hide here. Okay, hide is collected. This is great. This is 3 gut. This deer is actually a huge, great find. Take the potable water. This campfire's looking good. Get out a few more sticks. Maybe another piece of coal. Wow, this Aurora event looks gorgeous. Okay. Nice. Eat this now. Let's make sure we drop the animal fat and not eat the animal fat. I don't know if you pick up more while getting gut, I'm not sure. Dried birch bark. We could cook some tea, we don't need to. We're going to take this cooking off the cooking slot for now. Campfire is 2 hours. Gut is going to take 1 hour 20 minutes. 333 calories, we should be fine. We should have drank some water before we started though. Should be okay. Let's make sure we have no more animal fat on us once we've gotten rid of this gut. We don't, thankfully. Okay, so gut does not give us animal fat. Eat a little food. Drink some water. This is good news. Okay. We are in pretty good condition. We are not super encumbered, thankfully. Could use a few torches before we continue, which we will grab right now. And also, thankfully, this area has birch bark, which is really great to pick up for restoring condition for later. So we're going to do some of that. Crow feathers. Crow feathers are really useful, like really, really useful. Grab those when we can. Okay, fire's here. Left the animal fat. Let's continue. I'm just glad the ravine can give you a break from predators. Like, this is I think actually my favorite area in this game is ravine. I'm gonna lie. It's because I know there's no bear, there's no cougar, there's no moose. We're gonna be fine. It's gonna be fine. Okay. Collect some sticks and some birch bark. I think this over here takes us to Bleak Inlet. I'm pretty sure you need a mountaineering rope to get down there. I could be wrong. I think it was, who was saying that, I think it was JM that was saying that there's a few specific locations where the rope is actually like mandatory or very useful, but for the most part, it's usually being used for a shortcut. So thank you for that tip. I didn't know that. So rope's good for shortcuts. Gotta remember that. Thanks, JM. There is there is a like growing amount of people providing tips in the comments. Also, Shucker Ray Cruz. I don't know if I said your name right, but you mentioned you gave a tip about where we can find Mystery Lake inside of Pleasant Valley. Thank you. Well, now we know it's in the south. I do like trying to find it or like find these things without like being able to explore the map without you know, people telling me where to go. I still find the information useful, so obviously I'm going to use it, so thank you. But yeah, I think part of the fun of this game so far has just been discovering stuff as well. There's been a couple areas I have not discovered yet, so it'll be interesting to go explore those. But for the most part, I would say since we've been playing, in about the like 100 hours I have of playtime on this game, I would say I know about 60 to 70% of the map by familiarity, roughly. Maybe that's an underestimation. Maybe about 50%. Maybe there's a lot more I haven't seen. You guys be like, yeah, no, you hardly seen anything. You just keep walking over the same paths you've already been to, which is partially true. We have been to the Ravine and Coastal and Desolation Point quite a few times, but we're starting to learn. We're starting to get out to other spots now, which is great. And I'm grateful about that. Get to see some new land, some new sights. Okay, did we take our cooking pot? Yes, we did. Okay. Yes, we did. All right, some sticks here. We can check the cave out, see if we see anything inside. Yeah, you never know. You might get matches. Sometimes you get lucky in caves. The Aurora event is almost over. That's really pretty. Okay. What do we got in here? You got a backpack? Anything inside? No, sir. We did not get anything. This torch is very bright. But like bright in my face bright, not bright lighting up the cave bright. Man. Have you guys ever had a chance to see Northern Lights before? They're pretty beautiful. I've had a chance to see them once, and it was very gorgeous. Northern Lights are pretty awe-inspiring. Even just staring at the stars, though, like Northern Lights are not. I find the stars just gorgeous. I mean, in the long dark, yes, but also in real life as well. You know, I can just stare up into space for so long and just enjoy thinking about like what it would be like to travel the cosmos. Of all the science fiction games and books and movies I've seen, I would have to say one of my favorite, probably all-time favorite science fiction stories I have ever gotten the chance to enjoy was the Mass Effect series by, was it BioWare? I think it was BioWare. That story, that universe was so cool. Man, I love Mass Effect. One of the best stories I've ever had the chance to enjoy. And don't get me wrong, there's some really great science fiction stories out there. Wait, I remember, there's another potential heavy hammer location over here. We have to go check. Forgot about that. It's by the train crash. Let's go check over there first before we head out of the ravine. But yeah, Mass Effect, oh my god. Like, I wish I could play Mass Effect over again for the first time without knowing the story. And be able to experience the story, like, without knowing all of what was going to happen. Because I think that was one of the greatest stories I have ever enjoyed. Like, and I've read a couple of, like, outside of science fiction, I've read some really great stories, too. But, like, to me, and I know this for a lot of people, this is going to be a stretch. You'd be like, there's no way you can compare these two. That's ridiculous. You're comparing a classic book to Mass Effect. But I'm going to do it anyway. To me, Mass Effect, the story of Mass Effect sits up there with the story of the Count of Monte Cristo, which is probably my favorite book of all time. I don't know if you guys have ever had a chance to read the Count of Monte Cristo. It's about a 50-hour read on Audible. I don't know how much time it'd take to read it, like, physically with a book, but, man. Don't let anyone spoil that story for you. That is one book I am so grateful I read in my life, and it's just something else. And I know it's one of those classic books that a lot of people have read, and it's like, oh, it's so good, you should read it. And you're like, yeah. And I'm telling you, Count of Monte Cristo slaps. It goes hard. I should read more classic books, actually. I read Dracula a few years ago, and I surprisingly enjoyed that a lot more than I thought I was going to. Dracula was very good. Not as good as the Count of Monte Cristo, in my opinion, but I did enjoy it. It was a good read. Okay, what do we got here? Do we have a heavy hammer? We got some scrap metal, which is always a nice sight. Some coal. A little more scrap metal. Come on, heavy hammer. Mountaineering rope. Pry bar. No heavy hammer, unfortunately, but now we checked. Could use a pry bar for scrap metal. Actually, might not be a bad idea. The mountaineering rope we're going to leave here. Actually going to write this down. Notes. Mountain rope. Train crash. Ravine to Bleak Inlet. I think we need this mountaineering rope to get to Bleak Inlet. I could be wrong. Feel free to correct me if I am wrong there. But I think that mountaineering rope is used for transition to Bleak Inlet from the ravine. Okay. So, no heavy hammer, but now we know there's only 3 potential spawn locations I am aware of in this game, in Interloper, and if we don't find them, we're just gonna have to get lucky trying to find a hammer elsewhere. And I don't know when that will be. Hopefully we'll find one, but it's definitely going to make things more complicated. If it does, if we don't find a heavy hammer inside a Mystery Lake, I think we're going to make our way to the Broken Railroad. Or Milton. One of those 2 places. I have been told the far territories are a very challenging area, which I have not been to yet. I'm excited to go check them out, but I want to be prepared before we go over there, which means like warm gear, have a bow, have a hatchet and a knife. I don't want to just like, let's go to the far territories and not be prepared. This is going to be a good idea. So yeah, we'll get ourselves set up. But man, yeah, count on Monte Cristo. Well, I wish I could just... that's another story I wish I could experience again for the first time. Just without knowing anything about it. Because, I mean, even reading it the second time can be just as enjoyable. But, God, what a story. What an adventure. I ended up reading it while I was, driving. And I just listened to it on Audible. And, it was a good way to pass time while you're, like, you know, going from one destination to the next. It was nice. Mass Effect 2. Well, no, I wasn't playing video games while driving my car. Mass Effect. Mass Effect would have been, that would have been bad. I would have definitely gotten into an accident. That happens. Don't worry. I'm not playing video games while driving. Do not want to be a distracted driver. That would be very bad. Okay. We are almost at Mystery Lake, which is great news. We are carrying a fair bit of ascent on us with 3 pieces of guts and 2 hides. But that does mean that we could possibly get a travois, which could be really great for getting meat. Or maybe we should get some fishing lines. Or we have the option of starting to make a bow, but we need a maple sapling for that though. So it looks like we'll probably maybe be opting for deerskin boots, which I think will be the warmest boots, or maybe deerskin pants soon enough here. Now, downside here is sometimes there is a wolf nearby. We are carrying a scent on us, so hopefully we can get into the Carter Hydro Dam without any problems here. Eating that beef jerky now. I should have saved that beef jerky for later, but oh well. Okay. Hopefully no wolf. Hopefully peaceful walk into the gate. It's usually only one though, so definitely easier to deal with than multiple. You know, considering we've been playing on Interloper difficulty, we haven't really been encountering timberwolves too much. And I probably shouldn't be saying that now because I'll probably just end up jinxing myself. But thankfully we haven't. And maybe that's because we're just getting better at avoiding wildlife in general. Get better at spotting them. Read tracks a little bit sooner than earlier. Hear the wolf howls or the sounds. Or perhaps it's because we've covered some of these patterns and paths more frequently and we're starting to get more comfortable with them as well. Okay. We only have a level 1 scent right now, so we're doing okay. I wonder if you have a higher scent than 1, if the game spawns more animals, or if it doesn't spawn more animals, but it just increases the radius of animals being able to pick you up. I'm curious how that works. I don't know. Because I've also heard of people saying you can clear out animals out of a region, like if you hunt them, and they won't spawn there for a while, and actually sounds like a pretty useful thing to do. Okay, we're gonna set this up so that we can get ourselves a little like crafting area here. I'm gonna let's shuffle some stuff around. Let's clean this place up a bit. Ooh, another festive sweater. Well, that's kind of nice to find. It's nice to find. Okay, we'll put that there for now. Leave it there. We're gonna take this bench. We're gonna put the bench here. And the chair. I'll put the chair over here. We're gonna use this as a crafting area. This box is kind of also in the way, so we're gonna put the box over here. Take this hand cart, put it over here. And this clipboard. I don't know why when you pick up the clipboard it decides to just like go right side up like this. It doesn't make any sense to me. Like this needs to be fixed. Like, how am I supposed to place this like that? Like, I don't understand. I can't even place it on the ground normally. Yeah, but it wants to go into the wall sideways. Okay, that's where we'll put it. Like, what? Okay. Let's check these lockers, see if there's anything in here. Doesn't appear to be so. Okay, what we're gonna do first is we're gonna optimize for the barrel, the fire barrel. Bring that up here, and then we'll look through the area later once we have a fire going, and or at least we have our like little crafting station set up. so that shouldn't take too long. I'm pretty sure the fire barrel is down here. We made, like, I wouldn't say great time. We've made progress, sort of. It's day 16, so we've got 4 days before the cold starts to really break in. We found some warm gear, but not enough. I think we're going to have to try to get a hide, maybe 2 more hides, and try to get the deerskin pants as soon as possible, because I think our boots are warm enough for now. I think the deerskin pants would be the warmest thing we could find, if I'm not mistaken. Okay, we're gonna take the charcoal. We're gonna start the fire now. Cattail head, stick. I think we burned all our books. We did. Let's get this fire started, and then we'll move the fire barrel while the fire is in the barrel, which you know, doesn't actually make sense. If you were to do that in real life, I'm sure you would burn yourself or perhaps start yourself on fire. However, this is a video game, and in video games, we can do things that you can't do in real life. Okay, so we'll add some water. Not water. We're not gonna add water to the fire. We're gonna add some sticks. Add some sticks to the fire. Get this fire going. Add a piece of coal. Voila. Okay. Throw our torch away. We didn't need to do that, actually. We can just take our torch. Let's move this fire barrel over here. And we can move it while the fire barrel is in front of us. We have telekinesis powers in this game, as you can see. We can go like this. Telekinesis powers. Okay, now I can't sprint while moving this around, unfortunately. The letter number 3. We could decorate our house with the number 3 later. That's one stage of the game I have not gotten to. Late game. House decorating stage. Late game. Where you can decorate your base. We've never been able to get that far. Even on Stalker mode. We might have been able to get there on Stalker mode. We did have a pretty strong run going back then. But as of late, no. We haven't been able to. Okay, let's get this crafting bench here. It's workbench. Bring this over. Oh, it's got a little lantern on it. That's kind of nice. Looks good. Okay. Bring this closer to the fire. Actually, you know what? Let's just move everything over a little bit. Move the barrel here. Oh, there's a window there. Move that closer to the window. This bench is kind of in the way. Okay. Paint can. I'm going to take that off the crafting bench. Can't put that there for some reason. The lamp is cool, but we'll just put the lamp there. Okay. This works. This works. I'm going to put the barrel in front of the window. Move the bench over a little bit. We're getting fancy here. We don't really need to do this, but it looks nice. Okay, great. Let's check the drawer, see what we got inside here. This is slightly crooked. Hold on. Hold on. No, that's... We can't have that. We can't have that. All right. There. Less crooked. Less crooked. Okay. So, it's time to cure. What do we got to cure? We got plenty of stuff to drop here. We got fresh gut. And we got 2 hides. Drop that one. And drop that one. Okay, great. Hides curing, guts curing. This is going to take about 5 days to cure, fortunately. So by the time this is cured, the world is going to be cold. Let's take a look at what we got to make in order to be able to survive. So deerskin boots, I believe, gives us, yeah, 2.5 degrees of warmth. Pretty good, actually, considering what do we have right now? Pretty low. This is going to be 1 degree, so it gives us additional 1.5 degrees. And to make deerskin boots, we only need 2 cured deer hide, which we have, and 4 cured gut, so we need to get a little bit more gut. Deerskin pants. 2 degrees of warmth. Not that great. Costs more deer hide to make. Still worth it, but arguably, like, I would say deerskin boots are better here in this case. So this is what we'll optimize for, deerskin boots. So we're going to write that in our notes. Goals. Deerskin boots. And what do we need for that? We need plus 1 more gut. Write that down. Okay, that's one of our goals. We need to get 1 more gut. Okay. Now, fire's going. It's a good time to actually cook some water. 2 liters. Make sure we have water inside of our base here. This is our temporary base of operations inside of Mystery Lake. Add a little more water here. Oops, I didn't mean to do that. That was a mistake. There we go. Okay, well, since we made it into this carbohydro dam, this would be a good time for us to explore the dam. And while we do that, we might as well leave the fire going for a little while so we can get some water. And grab a few torches so we can explore, have some light to see around the area. So let's do that. We're going to start here and see what we get inside of these drawers. Probably won't be much, but you never know. With this chair. An angle with that later. We can find a hacksaw in here. That'd be really big news. You never know what you're going to find in here. I've never, like... I've seen the festive sweater in here before, but actually I've seen it spawn inside the stairwell that goes upwards here. There's a floating paint can there. Paint can lid. The physics in this game are very dependent on previous objects being somewhere they should have been. And if you move that object, then sometimes things float in the air. That's okay. Okay. Can you imagine if you saw something like that in real life? Just like a paint can lid floating in the middle of the air? You'd probably be like, am I seeing a ghost or something? That'd be crazy. That would definitely spook me if I saw some paint can lid floating in the middle of the air with no explanation as to how or why. Okay. Nothing from there. We could obviously get water from these toilets, but because they don't have a tank, that'd be kind of nasty, so we're not going to do that. I don't want nasty toilet water. Ugh. Yuck. Ugh. Okay. I would not call that potable water by any means. Call that danger water. Okay, is there anything down here? Yeah, this is where I've seen the festive sweater before. It's like right down here. I've also seen the lantern on the top of the stairwell before, but that was in stalker mode or pilgrim. That was a long time ago. So I don't expect to see another lantern. We don't need another lantern because we already have one, so we're doing okay. Could use a little water or a little food though. Okay, let's check the top of the stairwell here because there might be something. You never know. Yeah, this is where I've seen the lantern spawn before. Never seen it on Interloper though. But on Stalker, you might be able to find a lantern up there. Okay. Anything in here? This office usually has, like, maybe some ketchup chips. A can opener. I mean, we'll take it. We don't really need it, but we'll take it. It does make it a little easier to get into the cans. So we already have that can perk. So it just gives us a bunch of recycled cans, which we can't really do anything with. I think someone once suggested we spell help with the cans on the ghost line. I can't remember who that was now, but man, that made me laugh. That was funny. It's a good idea. We're just gonna grab everything that's up here and consolidate it downstairs into the lockers. There's probably just gonna be some books. Yeah, books is pretty common up here. No, you definitely can get scrap metal. I don't often see anything in the medical supply kit locker. Okay. Swap our torch out. Our water in the can should probably be done. We might end up burning that water. Worn driving gloves. Wires, believe the wires. The worn driving gloves are good for cured leather. So we can repair our boots and our hat with. A hacksaw? Okay. We are in business. Now we just need a heavy hammer, and we're good. But that hacksaw is huge. We can start getting cured saplings. Crunchy stuff. I would argue that we should go back to Ravine and find some saplings there, and bring them back to the carbohydro dam so we can get them curing by the crafting bench. Because then we can start making some bows or some arrows soon, and we'll have the ability to make them at least, because that's important too for hunting. Yeah, the newsprint is pretty much useless because we're gonna have fire starting level 3 soon. And once you have that, don't need tinder anymore. Worn simple parka. Ooh, this is a win. This is a win. Holy cow, is this a win? This is a win. Holy cow. Wow, okay, that's huge. That's massive. So good to find just before the cold starts to kick in. Okay, that's big news. Big news. Okay. That does mean we can still focus on the deerskin boots and we should be okay. Ketchup chips, oh my god. Wonderful. Maybe we get lucky and we find another ski jacket though. I've been told there is another item that is better than the ski jacket. It's like the second warmest torso piece of clothing. I don't know what number one is, I forget. It might be the hockey jersey. I could be wrong. I could be wrong. It might be the hockey jersey. I do like the hockey jersey. It's pretty cool. Okay, so up here, got a parka, which was so worth it, and a hacksaw, also fantastic. This means we don't have to go out to Desolation Point to go check out that spawn. So we got lucky there. Only thing we need is a heavy hammer. And I should put that in the goals, actually, because I don't want to forget that we need that. And then forge. We'll probably end up forging at Forlorn Muskeg again. That's my favorite forge location, to be honest. It's a nice. I like the Forlorn Muskeg. It's nice. It's a nice location. It's very bare out there, but I like it. Okay, let's go check on the water, and what else should we do? Okay, we did burn that water, unfortunately. This is non-potable, 27 minutes. Well, what we can do is we can craft while we wait for that water and then make more. This is 5 minutes to craft. We should instead use burdock. Oh, we'll just do 2. Water should be done then. Looks like we'll be sleeping during the day once again, unfortunately. Okay, we're gonna shoot a stuffed granola bar and drink some water here. Where's the water? Here we go. Okay, potable water. Okay, add more. Make sure this fire bell keeps going. We want as much water as we can get. We don't need tons, but you know, it's good. Good to have some water. We have tons of sticks too, anyway, so worth just adding it and put the extra water in here. We'll definitely end up using it. Oh yeah, we did pick up another extra pry bar. I don't remember when that was, but useful for scrap metal. Great. Fixing the parka, it should be a priority before we head out. We want to still poke around the dam, though. We can probably find some more stuff. Okay, we're gonna take a few sticks. We're gonna add. We have a couple books. Don't need to burn all this. We'll add another piece of coal. Quite a bit of coal. This festive sweater I'm gonna pick up and put in here. There's this one. Okay, and the one driving close. Okay. Let's go have a look down. Oh, let's go have a look here, then we'll go downstairs. I think there's a safe over here. You can check out. You never know what you're gonna find. Another workbench. I think sometimes tools spawn here. I've seen simple tools spawn here and quality tools spawn here quite a few times. Though we have quality tools, so we don't really need to worry about it. We're good. I think Ari mentioned that we missed a tool set that was inside of Ash Canyon. Didn't know it was there. It's like would help us get the meat curing box, which sounds like it would have been amazing to have. So it sounds like we'll eventually have to make our way back out to Ash Canyon at some point to go find that meat curing box, which we completely missed. Okay, isn't there a safe? There is a safe. Let's do some safe cracking. There usually isn't anything really particularly great in here, so I'm not holding my hopes high. Okay, that was like 21. Okay. We'll just go slow. I think we have to pass 0 here, actually. It's probably around 20 again. Nope. Okay, I made a mistake. It was around 45. Okay, go to 45. It was 46, 7, 8. And I'm pretty sure we have to pass 0 once again. We'll just go slow. I like the safe cracking feature in this game. It's cool. Maple syrup. Okay. Things are looking pretty good. I think we should almost chug that because we don't have any... We don't have any... what do you call it? Flour? Or... We have cooking oil, but we don't have any flour. We'd have to get flour. But if we get pancakes, like, man, pancakes are really useful. Maybe we should just... keep it. We'll keep it and hopefully we'll find some flour. Because if we get over to the camp office, I'm pretty sure there's flour over there pretty often. Might get lucky and be able to cook pancakes there. Okay, we want to go to the other side of the dam. We don't want to go outside, but outside of that dam, sometimes there is a deer. And if there is a deer, we can get hide and gut very easily. So we should go check, actually. We got the time. If we can get hide and gut, that's a game changer. Because we got everything ready for crafting. We just gotta let it cure. And the sooner we get it, the better, because the cold's gonna settle in soon. So giving ourselves options is very useful and important. We should do that. Okay, so to do that, we don't leave here. I think we leave downstairs. Yeah, we gotta go this way. We're slowly getting better at this game. Like each run, it's crazy because you have these mistakes and you're exploring and you're just like, it's this reiterative process, and each run feels more capable than the last. Of course, it can always go south, right? Like it can always like just go topsy-turvy, but I do feel every time that I play this game, I genuinely feel like I have improved on each run, which is a very satisfying feeling, I gotta say. Like it's fun. Every death teaches you something, as long as you're paying attention. Okay, metal shelf. Okay, we're gonna check in here. So we are gonna pop ourselves outside and come in through the other end, and hopefully there's a deer out there. If there is a deer, great. So unfortunately we might boil the water over, but ho, big win. Wood matches. Nice. That's huge. That is huge. That is absolutely massive. Broken metal control box. We can get scrap metal from that. This is the door we gotta go outside with. And once we're outside, the only way to get back into the dam is through the window, which I learned the hard way. I found out later, thankfully to a viewer who let us know that we can get back inside the dam, and that they saved our run. So, thank you. Alright. Until that run, we perished in some other way, which kind of sucked, but oh well, that's life. Okay, I'm pretty sure we come back from here, so we don't need to go that way. We can just go through the door and then come back through here. We'll be fine. So let's go outside. Before we do that, let's drink a little water. Should be okay. The hacksaw will help us harvest the deer now without a fire, which is great news. What's this? Scrap metal. Wonderful. Now, I don't see crows over there. Doesn't mean there's no carcass. I just don't see it. But if there is, we get lucky, there might be another carcass spawn. I don't know if it's guaranteed. But if it's there, huge. That could literally turn the tide for this run. It could turn the tide. I hear crows. That's a good sign. Let's see. Maybe we get some. So I've been thinking lately that I wouldn't mind extending some of the episode's length by a little bit. Not a whole lot. I might end up doing closer to under 2 hours, which would be the goal. There is a carcass here. Oh my gosh. Let's do it. Let's get it. I thought so because it would be fun to do that. I wanted to play this game a little bit longer than I usually get to. And okay, there's pallets here. And there's a box behind the pallets I can see. There's a metal box. Don't know if there's anything in there, but I can't move these without breaking them down. We don't have a hatchet, so we'll have to come back there later. Okay, let's get this carcass. Yeah, we got fire here. Cattail head. I don't know if there's a guaranteed carcass spawn or not, but man, if it is, that's amazing. You can hear a wolf hunting a rabbit out in the distance. Okay. Fire is started. Remember, we left our cooking pot inside of the dam. Okay, let's get some sticks on the fire. We're gonna be cooking the meat here. So, 15 minutes, let's harvest this. Warming up, could throw some coal on the fire if we get a little bit too cold. Fortunately, yeah, we left the cooking pot back there, so we won't be cooking the meat super fast. Let's place this, gamey venison raw. Let's do both of them. This will take 34 minutes. And thankfully, doesn't take too long with, well, we harvest, that takes an hour. Okay, let's get one gut first. So this gives us 2 more gut, 1 more hide. Pretty useful. Gonna eat this now. It's gonna take 17 minutes, so we should be able to get another gut without this burning. We have a bedroll also, so we can actually just sleep in the hydro dam. We don't even need to go to the trailer. Like, this is a great spot for us. Grab the hide. It will take 1 hour. How long's the fire? It's going to go out in 10 minutes. We'll just add 1 more book so it doesn't completely go out on us. Grab this hide. This is, so far, perhaps the best setup we've had in an Interloper run. Not the longest run, but the best setup early game. So, doing pretty good. No complaints. There might be some crow feathers here, so we should just poke around and see if we can find a few before we leave. Grab a torch. Do we see any crow feathers? Don't see any on the ground here. I don't think they've spawned yet. Okay, that's fine. Let's get back inside. Through the window. From the window to the wild. Is it to the wild? From the window to the wall. Is it from the window to the wall or the window to the wild? I've never paid attention. I've probably been singing this song wrong my entire life and I'm just finding out now. Okay. Can I move this? Can. There's nothing behind it though. Okay, fantastic. We've learned nothing from that interaction. No, that's not true. We learned that there was nothing behind that. Okay. Quickly poke through the file cabinet. Sometimes I'm talking and I'm just like, what the hell am I saying? Like, I'm just like, just words are coming out of my mouth. That's all that's happening. Okay. Are we? We're not finding anything in this file cabinet. No, this isn't the file cabinet. This is the office desk. We're not finding anything in the office desk. Or the trash can, for that matter. Okay, there is some firewood over here. Ooh, candy bar. Yeah, ooh. Well, we can break down... I didn't know we could break down the microwave for scrap metal. That's useful to know. And not seeing anything here. In the fridge, and there's nothing in there. Okay. Oh, more file cabinets. Great. We're definitely going to need to sleep soon. But, if we can manage, it would be better if we tried to stay awake for a little while. Ooh, another worn wool toque. Wow. That's nice. We don't need it, but we'll save it if for some reason our other one gets destroyed. Hopefully not, but nice find. Newsprint, don't need. Lamp oil. Okay, we'll take it. No complaints. Doesn't hurt. Okay, we're getting quite a bit of loot now. I'm curious the difference between the loot you find in Interloper versus the loot you find in Misery. I would imagine Misery's loot is much more scarce, though I don't know. The longer I play Interloper, the more it feels like there's actually quite a bit of loot. Obviously, like, the best loot, like the guns and, like, I think there's some, like, food items that don't spawn, but it still feels like plenty, if you know where to go to look for it, at least. Okay, let's eat. I don't want animal fat. I'm gonna drop... How much animal fat do we have? I'm just gonna drop this. I do not want to eat that. I do not want food poisoning again. We say no to food poisoning. Don't do food poisoning, kids. Stay away from food poisoning. Someone tries to pressure you into food poisoning, say no. Alright. What's next? Oh, there's another crafting bench in here? Holy cow, I didn't know there was 3. Crazy. Well, see what we find. So far, nothing. Maybe something in the drawer. This actually wouldn't be a bad idea to take with us. Arrow shafts. Scrap metal. Oh, that was a find. Oh, what's under here? Arrow shaft is nice. We actually probably could craft an arrow already. But we don't have a bow, so not super useful. There's cloth in there. There's so much like wood in the dam. There's cloth. There's no food, but like this is actually like a pretty good base location. It's not the prettiest of base locations, but for like getting a footing in your run, like yeah, it's great. Okay, not seeing anything over here. Metal container. I usually don't bother looking around the big area where should we eat the candy bar? Oh, we'll just eat the cattail for now. Big area where there's like the turbines. I think they're turbines. I could be wrong. They might be something else. These might be the turbines. The big giant open area in the dam. I usually don't bother poking around in there anymore because I never really ever see anything. I think you can find a flare up there though. So I maybe should go poke around, but yeah. I usually find it very underwhelming, so I don't bother. I think if you climb up the rope, there can be a flare. So we should, I mean, getting a red flare would actually be pretty handy. That we could use that. That's a tool worth adding in our toolkit. We should probably go explore that. However, right now we are exhausted, so we won't be doing any rope climbing anytime soon. And the area I was talking about is this area right here, through this door. The upper dam. Yeah, so if we climb this rope, I think there can be a flare over there. I don't know for sure. I'd have to go check it out. Okay. We're almost back. We definitely burned the water that was on the campfire, I'm sure. It's probably damaged the cooking pot as well. We left the fire alone for too long. It was a bad idea. Okay. Yeah, I don't think these are, well, maybe these are turbines. Maybe this is like the upper part of the turbines. I don't know if these are called turbines or not. That's something I should research. I'd like to know how hydroelectric dams produce electricity. I've never thought about that before, but I'm imagining it's like from the pressure of the water pushing through like a rotating object, and then that rotating object with maybe friction generates electricity? I don't know. Literally wasn't paying attention in science class. I should buy a book on that and learn how that works. It'd be kind of neat to know. I don't know what I'm going to do with that information, but, you know, hey, maybe one day it'll come in handy. I don't know. In case, like, we have to rebuild civilization and I can be the guy like, hey, I remember that. I read that from a book. Yeah, it's not going to happen, but still, I don't know. You never know. Sometimes some random piece of information comes in handy at some point in your life and you're like, oh, wow, I didn't expect that to happen. Cool. Did we check over here? We didn't, because I see a paint can. And does this go upstairs? No, this is just a room. Okay, well, let's just have a peek, shall we, before we head back? We're almost done searching through the dam. We gotta drop that hide in that gut, let that cure. I know there's typically another deer that can spawn between the camp office and the Cardo-Hydro Dam. It'd be a good idea for us to grab that hide as well, but we don't need to get greedy. We just need to get what we need. We don't need to go, like crazy. It's also important that we forge, and when it's getting this cold, getting out to a forge can be kind of tricky because it's a long walk from here to the forge in Forlorn Muskeg. It can be a very cold walk as well. Okay, I should write down to check out for that flare, though. That would be pretty useful. Okay. Yes, we burned the water, and that probably damaged the cooking pot a little bit. That's okay. Let's swap out our torch here. Do we need to get another fire going? Possibly, maybe not. We're going to drop our hide. That's 3 hide, and we have 5 guts. Okay, that's great news. That's going to take about 5 days to cure, which is a bit of a bummer, but if we've managed to get a heavy hammer, we can come back here and do the crafting after, which is probably what we'll end up doing. Okay, we should see what we need to put away here. So, what did we pick up? Quite a bit of stuff. We got a lot of scrap metal. This is good to take to the forge, so we'll probably want to keep that with us. But we don't need to carry it around everywhere, so we'll put it in here until we know we're going to plan to get up to the forge. Before we leave, we'll probably grab this. Hopefully we do not forget it. I'm going to put the archery book in here because we won't be getting archery anytime soon until we actually craft a bow, which we'll probably be doing in the Carbohydrate Dam, so I'm going to leave that there. Useful book. I mean, we could start learning archery. Don't need to just yet. How much water do we have? 2.3 liters. Yeah, I think we're okay. Okay, we are carrying a lot of weight. Let's do some crafting. Let's try to get closer to nighttime before we sleep, and let's do a little crafting here. We're gonna let the torch go out. We're also gonna eat food, so we don't starve. I almost want to eat the maple syrup, but no, let's put the maple syrup in here. We don't need to carry it around with us. Do we want to eat the fresh venison just yet? No, we don't. We're just gonna eat the candy bar and some cattail. Maybe some burdock too while we wait here. We could actually do some reading. No, we can't. We're too tired. We're gonna do some crafting. Prepare more burdock. This is basically getting us prepared for tomorrow. Get some rose hips. That's good. Alright. I think we're good. Let's take a look at our parka. Can we repair this while we're tired? I don't know if we can. Yes, we can. Perfect. That's important. Okay. 85... 77%, we could do it again. Okay. We've prepared the parka. Awesome. 2 degrees of warmth. Huge. It's massive. Oh, wait. The festive sweater. We should wear the festive sweater. I didn't even realize we could wear 2 festive sweaters. Hold on. This changes everything. Oh my god. Oh, that's amazing. That's a whole degree of warmth, and this was 0.5. Massive. Massive. Okay, let's put this away. We could just get cloth from this now. Okay, and we can put the warm wool toque in there too. Okay. That's huge news. We have... Oh wow, we have so many torches. Okay, let's harvest these into sticks. Well, we'll have enough firewood for the next fire. This is the one thing about torches, is like if you carry like torch chain all the time, in a way, you get to basically get like almost, that's not infinite firewood, but it's like you keep getting more and more firewood. Well, no, you're not getting more, it's not infinite firewood. You're conserving firewood, which is really useful in Interloper. Torch chaining, I think, is perhaps one of the most useful skills you can learn as a Long Dark player. For sure. Like, the most useful skill you can start using in lower difficulties and will carry you through for, like, all the higher ones. Very important to learn how to do that. It's not hard either. It's like, I was just, like, putting it off for so long, and, man, so, I wish I hadn't. It's so useful. Okay. Crafted all those into sticks. Great news. We do have a pry bar that we could turn into scrap metal. Alternatively, we could just leave it because you cannot repair pry bars. And One day we may break our pry bar, so we know we'll have one here. Since we have a hacksaw, we can just get scrap metal from this chair, for example, which would take 2 hours and 24 minutes to break down, and maybe we should do that. We are tired, but I don't know. I would argue that it might be worth it. Cleans up this area a little bit too. I mean, like, we could obviously just put the chair in another room, but, you know, it's, the scrap metal is worth it. We could also repair a lamp. Can I transfer this into here? I don't think I can. Jerry can. Can you refill up the jerry can? I remember reading some tips somewhere that you could refill the jerry can. Doesn't look like you can though. At least I'm not seeing any options to do that in my inventory slots here. Okay, never mind then. No, I can refuel it. No, I can't. Never mind. Well, the can opener we don't really need to bring around with us. I'm gonna leave that behind. Get scrap metal from the can opener, I believe. We just scrap it for scrap metal later. Okay. That hacksaw is a game changer. We should probably get some scrap metal with that. Tons of coal. I'm gonna put 3 pieces in here. We don't need all of it on us. Reclaimed wood. Leave. Tinder plug. Oh yeah, we have so much tinder plug. Okay. Cattail head. We'll put in 10. We'll put 15 in. Tons of cattail. We should have fire starting level 3 soon. And where are we at here? Fire starting. Yeah, we're almost at level 3, so that tinder's gonna be useless soon enough. We could use another sewing kit. How's our clothing looking? So far, so good. Nothing is in the poor condition zone. The socks are. Could get better socks. And the jeans. Repair the jeans. Repair the socks too. Take the opportunity to do it here. We gotta spend time to get so we can sleep here. This is 2 hours to break down this chair. I don't know if we're too tired to do it, but we should be able to do it. We'll eat a little burdock. Drink some water too. We need to make more water. No, wait, we still have 3 liters in the locker. We're good. Okay, let's break this down. 2 hours, 24 minutes. Losing condition though, unfortunately. Okay, 4 scrap metal. Fantastic. Let's take a look here at the scrap metal. At the crow feathers as well. Actually, we don't need to be carrying those around with us. Great. Cloth. 6 cloth. That's good. What time is this? Almost nighttime. Is there anything else we need to do before we go to bed? Grabbing a bit more scrap metal would not hurt. 6 scrap metal, 2 cloth, 2 hours, 36 minutes, 650 calories. It's a lot of calories, but once that's done, it's done. And we could really use the scrap metal for the forge, just as long as we can find a hammer. And that's the tricky part. But you know what we're going to end up doing anyways? We're probably going to take that scrap metal with us to the camp office. We're going to leave it at the camp office. Or we leave it at the hut, the second hut that's closer to the transition. Okay, this is going to lose us some condition, but we'll grab it. Okay, it's nighttime. Let's put this away. Got 16 scrap metal. Plenty to be able to forge. Cloth too. Nice. Okay, and all we need to do now is just sleep, and we should be fine to sleep in here. We'll eat the fresh venison. So we have enough calories to sleep. Drink some water. Place down our bedroll. And we'll call today a night. Okay. You have survived 15 days, 23 hours, and 23 minutes. We did it. The world is getting colder, but We got a festive sweater and a parka today, so we should be okay until we have to forge. Thank you guys for tuning into this episode. I hope you enjoyed it. Please let me know if you find the 2 hours a little bit too long. I usually aim for an hour and a half, but I thought that maybe I'll extend it a little bit, just under 2 hours. Always appreciate your feedback. Thank you very much. I hope you enjoyed this episode, and I will catch you in the next one. Zen out.